All right. I have nothing. Guys,
You should host a
welcome.
regular show, Jez.
Welcome to undoubtedly the most unprofessional video on my entire channel. What do you do when you're out of content ideas, but you owe someone a Division 2 video? You get everybody's favorite hater voice. I keep saying that.
You
Is that
introduced
okay?
me as Hater Boy. Oh my god.
Just kidding. It's everyone's favorite shill up.
Sell out, please.
Everyone's favorite sellout,
Thank you.
skill up.
It's much nicer.
Flawless intro. No,
Correct.
but for real, this is Ralph, aka Skill Up. Easily the best reviews on YouTube. That is not hyperbole. I really believe that.
Lies. Don't listen to this guy, man. He doesn't know shit.
I'm cutting
Don't
that.
trust him.
I'm cutting that. So I'm uncontested. My opinion remains uncontested. Just kidding. I need the content. So I'm not cutting it. Guys, anyway, welcome to the video. This is Division 2. I played it at E3 with Ralph, and I brought Ralph on because he actually started as a Division YouTuber.
Did.
How many subs did you gain off Division?
I think when I stopped regularly covering the game, I was at about 130,000 subs.
Okay.
So I went from 0 to 130,000 subs in about 12 months.
Yep, and then transitioned
To
away.
general coverage and stuff.
To variety.
Abandoning the game, as the
Yeah.
Division community like to say. You abandoned the game. I started playing other games. You abandoned the game. Okay, fine. I abandoned.
Yeah, I uploaded one Warframe video. Why quit Destiny, Death?
That's so true.
Here we are in Division 2. This is my gameplay. I'm just going to react to it with Ralph because honestly, what else can we do? Content is hard.
That is super hard.
So we're starting with emotes.
Okay. And
Emotes,
rolls.
dodge rolls. Were there emotes in Destiny
I think
1?
there were emotes, but they weren't actually. I love how you say emotes, by the way, as opposed to emotes.
Oh, it's not emotes? You
It's, well, I thought it was always emotes.
don't... Oh,
The
okay.
emotes. E-motes. This
Emotes.
person is just
I really
waving
hit
their
the E
hands.
as hard as I can,
You really
don't I?
smug it like NVIDIA, you know?
Yeah. I say
opposed to
NVIDIA, you say...
NVIDIA.
Guys, it's you can't just breeze past that N
You can't.
in NVIDIA
You have
and
to-
say it like
You
that.
have to smack it.
Yeah, you have to pause, respect the N,
That's right.
and then it's NVIDIA.
It's a hard N, if you know what I mean. There's, but no, they did have emotes in the first one, and but they didn't have the selfie one. I don't know if he actually showed in this one, but there is a selfie. Well, actually, I think we actually, from memory, that's me clapping at you right
Yes,
now,
yeah,
being
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Grats, Jez, you figured out how to do an emote. You're really funny, man." Well
I was
done."
thinking of doing a nutshell about this, and I was like, Ralph, I need funny moments and content. Just do something stupid,
Totally.
emote with me.
And all I did was clap, and then I said, "This is where I said, like, let's get a selfie together." Ready?
Yeah.
And that's it there. See, and then the most failed
forgot you
selfie
did
ever.
that.
Ready? And then I was like, "No, you stand behind me." And then
Yeah, I
I
was
think
like-
at that point I said, "Fuck it, we're giving
Yeah,
up."
I
Okay.
think also the instructor was like, guys, I mean, what are we doing?
Keep going, man.
We only have 15 minutes.
It's like
Can
I've
we
been
actually...
developing games for 20 years. You're wasting my fucking time right now.
One thing I'm remembering is that I was spamming dodge roll a lot because it was easily the most fun I've ever had in a video game.
Okay, right.
And-
You obviously haven't played Warframe. You haven't bullet jumped yet. He has played Warframe, by the way.
You know I played Warframe.
That's right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, sorry. Second favorite thing, the dodge roll is super fun. There's a cooldown. You can't spam dodge roll and literally just do that 24/7. Who nerfed my dodge roll because
Yeah.
Division 1 you could spam it?
Correct.
What's the deal with that?
Well, the problem with dodge roll in the console version of the game especially is it's really hard to track a target.
Right.
So everyone in PvP would actually just like run into the dark zone. As soon as they get an encounter, they would just dodge roll for days. And it was really
Right.
hard to shoot that person. So the cooldown on the dodge roll is obviously like, well, we want to just slow things down a little bit, make it easier for people to hit the target.
Right.
Because PvP was really spammy in this game. Like it was just a
Right.
constant cluster of not being able to shoot targets because they would always dodge roll.
Oh, so you
Honestly,
think it's solely a PvP reason?
Oh, absolutely, it's a PvP reason. Like, there's no problem with doing this in PvE. I mean, sure, they might want to make it harder, and the game
Right.
does actually feel more challenging now. Like, as in
Okay.
having played this demo a few times through, you know, at
trying
this
to
level
teabag
of
this guy,
content,
by
are
the
you
way.
really right? Okay, nice. But like, yeah, they're trying to make it tougher, and maybe one of the things on the PvE side was let's nerf the dodge roll.
Right.
But I think it's much more a PvP thing.
Guys, Division 2 confirmed. PvE already suffering at the hands of PvP.
It's actually
They're
100%
making the same
true.
mistake as Bungie.
That's exactly right. That's
Somebody
so
should
true.
tell them that Bungie did that.
I like how you've just gone to the middle of all the enemies. You're like, guys, I've come in peace, and they're like, nah, you, man. We're gonna kill
This
you
is
right
me
now.
desperately thinking, I need something for the nutshell video.
I need some memes, guys. Give me some memes.
That's me trying to make memes happen.
How many times did you die in this demo? Do you remember?
Oh, so many, dude.
Yeah,
I die
right.
so many times.
It actually is, as I said, a trickier game than the first one.
Yeah.
Like, certainly based on this. The enemies are smarter. I spoke to the developers as well, and the enemy AI has been totally rebuilt, and the enemies really actively flank. You see those guys
I got
going
flanked
around
so many
you?
times.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really aggressive in the way they flank.
Yep.
And that's actually specific to factions. Did you just throw a grenade at your friend?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. You're like, he's down here to revive
I don't
him.
know what I was trying to do, but I
Right.
accidentally lobbed a grenade at my downed ally.
Perfect. The enemies, based on the faction,
Yeah.
they have different AI programming.
Right.
So these enemies like to spread out and flank.
These are the flanky boys.
Correct. And other ones will like cluster together and like close ranks and have different strategy
Okay.
per faction. Which
Team shooty boys.
exactly.
Destiny 2
Destiny
PvP.
2 PvP, 4v4, team stacked,
Yep.
corridor shooting, pick it around, Rainbow Six Siege,
Right.
except with, guardians.
At face value, what are the biggest changes that you liked about Division 2 versus Division 1?
So they introduced what's called the specialization system, and the Division 1 was like, you defined your character by your build, by the gear you put on. When you hit max level, you will choose one of 3 weapons, like a sniper rifle, a grenade launcher, or a
bow?
No, it's not a bow.
Not a bow? You sure there's not a bow?
Oh, it is a crossbow.
It's a crossbow.
Yes.
Division 2 veteran.
That's right, that's right. So you choose one of those, they each do their own thing. You get heavy ammo that drops on the ground, and you can then use that weapon. So each of those guns is going to have its own build within it.
Right.
So there's going to be a skill tree attached to each of those. So they're not quite classes, but they're definitely more specialization than we've had previously.
Okay.
And that looks pretty great.
Okay.
There's going to be raids in the Division 2, which
Okay.
is a huge game changer, because this is the kind of game that's just crying out for raids.
Right.
I know they're working on the raids in the background right now. The developers are working hard on them. They promise they're going to be super challenging. They promise they're going to be like proper boss kill kind of raids.
Okay.
Because the Division 1 did have sort of raids called like incursions, but
Yeah.
they really sucked. Like,
What were they
terrible.
more like in terms of Destiny?
Horde mode. Just Horde mode.
Destiny Horde mode.
Just imagine
Like
Horde
Prison of
modes.
Elders?
Essentially Prison of Elders, but way worse.
Okay,
Way worse.
wow.
Like, they were
That's rough.
terrible.
That's rough.
They were really terrible. And so the fact that they're doing these properly structured boss raids is really awesome.
Right.
They're redoing the way that gear works. They're going to have like a brand system. They're going to have their own specific stats based on the brand. You see there's like new enemy types. They can like root you to the ground. They have armor on them. Just every part of the game has been touched and given a bit of a facelift.
Okay.
It's not a radically different game, obviously. Like, you can look at it and you'd be forgiven for thinking this is Division 1, but there are some bigger changes coming to it as well, in the form of raids, in the form of specialization, in the way that the open world is structured.
Okay.
That really does make it a pretty fresh experience.
Let's talk big picture for a second.
Yeah.
If I'm a Destiny fan,
Yeah.
are there any aspects of Division 2 that I'll like?
I think the raid is definitely something. If it lands, if it's a good raid, because I have no idea, obviously, but I think that one of the biggest reasons people love Destiny is those raid experiences are some of the best experiences you can have in gaming.
Right.
So if they can create some of those experiences here, that's awesome.
Right.
I think the game's actually fairly complex in terms of build diversity.
Mm-hmm.
And something about Destiny that people want more of right now is the ability to develop a build that's quite unique and like your own play style, whatever. You can't do that in Destiny. You can definitely do it in the Division.
Right.
And I think if you want a more complex game in terms of like build diversity, this is definitely going to hit the mark.
Right.
But I don't know. It's like this is going to come out in what, March next year?
Okay.
At that point, we would have been a few months into Forsaken. We're probably not going to have a major content drop for a while. It would seem like the kind of game that would really appeal, At the same time around this, though, there's also Anthem.
This is true.
That's right. And
And
there's
you've
also
played Anthem.
No, I haven't played Anthem. I watched the behind closed doors demo.
Oh, I thought you played
No,
that
no,
demo.
didn't play it.
Well, they
Watched
didn't even
it.
let you play the
I
demo.
know. Well, I mean, have you heard what I've said about EA?
That's true.
Let's be real
Oh,
here.
that's true, yeah. How did you ever get in there?
We actually snuck in as regular people. We didn't actually tell them who we were. We just put
Right.
our names down and we didn't say we were the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And so we were able to go into the demo.
That's amazing.
But there's Anthem, which looks cool. I mean,
Okay.
like, who knows what it's going to be like at its end game, but the game looks fun. And then there's Warframe in the background as well, which is like free to play, looter shooter. There's the whole genre is going to get very crowded next year, because you're going to have Destiny 2, which hopefully doesn't suck, Division 2, which hopefully is great, Anthem, and Warframe all at once.
As a spectator, Anthem looks like Division 2, but just with jetpacks.
Yeah, agreed.
Is that true?
I think so.
Really?
I think so. Like, I can't really see how it sets it apart yet. But I mean, personally, the Division just holds a real soft spot for me because, like, it's where I started on YouTube. It has that right balance of, like, you can have casual solo fun. You can group up for really complex challenges. I love the build diversity aspect of it, which is awesome for me. I am more a fan of first person than third person.
Right.
But having said that, I really like the way that the Division handles as a third person shooter.
Right.
I think it's probably the best handling third person shooter that I've played.
Have they confirmed Dark Zone for D2?
Yeah, there's definitely Dark Zone.
Okay. How
It's
do you
a-
think they'll handle it?
Well, I don't know. I think they have to take the edge off a little bit. I think
Right.
so many people hated the Division
Yeah.
because of the PvP.
Right.
And I think far more people walked away from the Division because of its PvP than stuck around for its PvP. So I reckon like 60% of players left because of the Dark Zone and like 30% might have stayed. And I think what they want to do is to try and arrive at a solution where it's like balanced, where people love it and that you're more likely to enjoy it, but you know, still remain true to that really hardcore PvP group who like to fuck up people's day, basically. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's it. So I have no idea how they'll do it, but I'm sure they're going to make some big changes.
Do you think they'll pull it off?
I don't know, man. I can't see a solution yet. I hope they find it. The version they have right now, for example, doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
Because no one flags at this point.
Right.
And that means that
because everyone will just shoot you as soon as you flag.
Correct.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the other option didn't work either, where you could just walk up to someone not being flagged and just explode them instantly. You know, so
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. Ralph's channel also linked in the description. You're great.
You're super cute.
You're super cute. You did it. Way to steal my outro. Thanks, Dad.
Go on, man.